But again, it works well.
Yeah.
I've repeated it multiple times. Oh, Angela! Oh no! This is a throwback debut pick.
We haven't
no one
seen
have picked Angela this season?
Nope, Angela has been pretty bad. Angeloy, usually we see from Geek Fam. Huh. This is a unique composition, I'll say that much. And that's why they banned the Faramis, by the way. The Faramis is a known, not counter, but a great pick when you see an Angela on the other side.
Do you want to cheese it or not? Yeah. Blue is still going to be the best choice here. I was going to say, like, is export ESP a viable
How do they
answer?
deal with the glue, though? The glue wins out in the lane against the Phobias. It is so good up against everyone, I think. It's even the box
Play the long game.
But do they even have the long game? I think Geek Fam have the long game with the Harith.
Huh.
It's like Bigetron are trying to win early with this composition. This is an early game comp. They got to win the first few neutral objectives and then snowball.
But the set from Geek Fam, or from BTR, is actually, I don't think it's good. It's Angela and Basha, not much CCs on BTR's part.
Wow.
Look at the lineup rating though, 7.1. Like, everything is favoring BTR right now. There's no excuse, Mirko, if they lose.
CT, Coach Tazzy, what are you cooking up?
Hey. Yep, this is the upper bracket matchup. Who will be next to RRQ in the second place? Will it be Geek Fam or Bigetron?
Round one, let's go to the land of dawn. Let's see, will BTR or will it be Geek Fam striking first?
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, Luke. Is this new? Concussive Blast on Phobia. So I understand what he's trying to do here up against the glue. He knows that he's not going to win out of the lane, so he's expecting just to clear it out and then rotate around with the Concussive Blast. I think for the most part, we still see more Brave Smites for the Phobias. But there you go, something new already.
This is man, they are really banking on the early game, and right now we're gonna see the emblem by Indie Home by Telcom Telmirko. We might want to see what the Angela picks here.
Good steal, Annabelle.
Annabelle will jump and will catch the Loiski off guard. First blood. Nothing new, but Loiski falling first.
And nothing new, the fact that Annabelle got the first blood. We've seen this against Onyx when Jawhead was picked by Keyboy.
Yeah, it's always BTR with the early aggression, and again, for Geek Fam, the early game's not too good. The Jusin and the Badang, well, I mean early as in, before 4. It's gonna be really tough for them to actually battle out against BTR, who are technically all of them online before 4. Bottom lane though, this matchup, I gotta say, it's actually a Harith win matchup. You know when to go in. There's no way for Irithel to sidestep away from the Synchro Fission too, so Eman's gonna be the one playing it safe and looking for smart trades.
By the way, he's rocking the Purify. This is what I really like the most right now. Normally, if you're up against this composition, people will just, or like pro players will just choose Sprint.
Yep.
It's going to be a stun here. Perhaps a big engage, actually. Annabelle caught, but that's going to be Baloyski taken down again. Now Annabelle is able to get out with the Puissance, and that's going to be Geek Fam again, suffering a Baloy loss.
I don't get it, man. They should know the win condition by now. Annabelle is a monster early game. He's going to be everywhere with the Shield Unity. So I don't get why they're still always trying to fight, despite them being, having a Zushin, but having a, Badang, it's not enough.
Wow. I just want to say, wow. We noted the win conditions for BTR. Again, early game, neutral objective. That's what they want to look for with this composition, and they've done it. So far, so good. Eman!
Gotta be careful, Baloyski's there. Not level 4 just yet, though. That's actually gonna be Bigetron with the counterplay, and that will force Baloyski to use his flicker. Well, Annabelle looking with the hard guard in hand. Looking to perhaps a crash. Doesn't really find the right connection, though, so that's a wasteful hard guard there.
Juking left and right. The signal going right, but goes left instead. Just like Indonesian moms on a bike.
Too relatable, man. Too relatable. Talent prediction.
Hey.
By GoPay.
Expected. As expected. But
Only me?
Gani!
Gani! My God! And Owoa and Gani are my 2 favorite casters today.
Gotta have a fight in the talent room.
What do you mean, man?
Here.
What do you mean?
Come on, explain yourself first.
I mean, so far, Bigetron is going very well.
Hey, but look at the goal lead though. That's not much actually, compared to what I expected, especially after getting 2 kills. But it's on Beloy.
Yeah. Again, this is normal for Geek Fam. Losing out in the early game, it's kind of, at this point, expected.
Template.
It is their pattern of gameplay, and all the kills for the other team is on Beloyski, so it's all good. And for BTR, I would say it's still all good too, because for them, it really is about waiting for that mid-game power spike. If they can just get all the turtles and Geek Fam avoid all their fights, it would still be optimal for BTR. And I think that's why they went for this composition. They know that Geek Fam are kind of like the avoidant team. They don't want to fight until they truly are comfortable. And I think here, the comfort spot for Geek Fam to fight would probably be when the Harith gets Holy Crystal.
Yep. Power spike. Even it's gonna burst down through some of the shields from the Angela. And first item priority for Eman is going to be that Windtalker instead of the Harass Claws that... Oh, I guess he has the, you know, small lifesteal item, that's why.
Yeah, it's the components that Eman does really well on. Again, really intelligent gold lane. Anaval?
Uh-oh. See, perhaps a 5v5, no, 4v5. Angela will use his hard guard though. That's gonna be Gobs finding an engage. Amon actually with the Angela, that's a big stun.
Wow.
Geek Fam clumping up, but Gobs here mounting one will be taken down by Amon. Beloyski now stuck as well as Luke is just targeting him, and that's gonna be Geek Fam again suffering another big fight and suffering another loss on the turtle.
That's the long game miracle. I mean, I guess BTR is kind of winning the early game, so that's why Geek Fam wasn't able to break through.
Dude, game fact by Gope versus Mars Angela's debut in MPL Indonesia Season 15 after last being used by Yehezkiel when TLID defeated RRQ in the grand finals. That was the Angela-Ling combination, the signature Fabian Ling. But I just realized something. What's the biggest problem that you face usually when you're up against the Harith?
Late game, right?
In the late game, exactly. A lot of people will say damage, yes. But for me, as a Harith player myself, it's the sustain, dude. It's the goddamn sustain of the Harith. Like, damage-wise, sure. But if he doesn't have the shielding that he has, like the Oracle and Concentrated Energy build plus that late-game shield, I think it's way easier to deal with him. Now, they have a way to deal with the sustain, with the Baksha, and to sustain themselves with the Angela. So I think it's actually now seen. In that skirmish as well, we saw how much the Angela healing was able to really help them, despite Geek Fam winning on the TC, getting the lockdowns on the right heroes. It was Iman's hard it down, by the way, in that last fight by Beloy. But BTR, and now with the photo.
Yeah, there you go. And Radiant as well, so Kenziski's gonna be nerfed all the way through.
I don't think so. I don't think this is the right call. Bottom side is clearly pushed by Amon. So well done, Bigetron, on handling the pressure by giving out pressure as well. Though they will take the fight. Shaman Force Pop, Luke now sandbagging.
Oh my god!
The Infernal Pursuit, but he will fall eventually. Got flickering out. That's gonna be Makis jumping in. It finds a stun on towards Annabelle, but Annabelle with the poisons will be able to get away. And that's still though, Bigetron just somehow finds a win there.
Yeah, they get a turret down below. It seems like the shove in the mid lane will happen too, and BTR will have better setup so far, because the frontliners were forced to back away. Eman.
Should they fight? Oh, but the flicker, he finds the Angela, and Finn will go down. Beloyski now with no resources, he will fall. He will be the trade, but Amon actually in a wrong position, and that's gonna be capitalized by Geek Fam. Bigetron now out of position clearly, but Luke comes to save the day. Kenziski targeted, he flickers out. That's gonna be Luke mounted, but Luke falling as well. Moreno now in the bush. Angela is there to provide sustainability. Makis 1 HP! No flicker! And Moreno will seal the deal. That's going to be Annabelle mounted. That's also the damage will not be coming through. Gauss 1 HP, Moreno falling to Kenzinski. Mr. Rookie finds the angle to shut Moreno down. Annabelle again jumping in. He is sustainable, but that's going to be the reposition. Geek Fam slowly but surely, they will disengage.
Man, that fight lasts so long. Even Eman died in the first fight, came back to join the team fight again. But that's the problem that we're seeing, Mirko, with this composition. Once Eman is taken out, it's pretty much a goodbye.
That's also the stagger from Geek Fam, right? If BTR don't fight a pure 5v5, it gets really tough because Phoebus is able to sustain for such a long time, but it was alone earlier. It was still, actually it was a 3v4. Down below, Makids was getting poked down. BTR, I'm confused now. Like, who actually won in that skirmish? Because Geek Fam, they got more kills, yes, but there were no bounties. They didn't get any turrets. BTR got turrets, but they got the neutral objective. Now they get a turret up top. I think it's still worth it for Geek Fam because they stopped the snowball from BTR. But it's not horrible because BTR still have the momentum around the lanes, and they have the far lane control with Tier 2 taken down earlier by Eman.
Usually, man, the Angela just brings so many. Like, this is the X factor of the equation, because the long lane, you might think it's Geek Fam's all the way, but when you have an Angela, you can put pretty much anyone there. Even Eman can, like, if he's brave enough, he can solo the long lane. Whoa. But right now it's gotta be Vin.
Seeing perhaps a big 5v5 again in the mid, but Hardguard already committed, and no real angle, no real possible threat here from the side of Bigetron. Finn perhaps invested that Hardguard a little bit too early. Make it now in trouble alongside Eman. That's going to be a solo with no Hardguard in the mid though. Actually, Bigetron finds the right angle to collapse. Oh no! Now it's going to be Make It stuck. No jungler while the Lord is up. Now Luke again just showing that he is ready to fight and die. He will fall though, but that is going to be momentum actually taken away from Geek Fam.
First of all, great recognition by Make-It with the 1v1 against Eman. But on the other side, Eman, this is not the usual play that we see from Eman. Like, this is a solo mistake, I gotta say.
I'd say it is the usual play. He's very confident in his own skills, but again, as we expected, the Irithel isn't really the best choice when you want to go for those kind of plays. It's more of a Moskov thing to do, you know? But BTR, I think I gotta disagree. Johnny, I think it's more of Geek Fam winning in that trade and stopping the momentum of BTR. This should be the window where BTR capitalize on their lead. But because Geek Fam have gotten some really smart picks and they've gotten Eman of all people in their picks, it has slowed the game to Geek Fam's game now. Kenziski is online. I believe he already has the Holy Crystal. No, he's very close to it though. But that's gonna be a problem for BTR. Kenziski, you can already see that Geek Fam are giving away the purple buff to him. They know what their win condition is.
Let's see, First Lord and Geek Fam seems like they will look to get this neutral objective. Good immobilization there, Eman. Take a look at that. Eman, Make It should know. Oh no. On the whereabouts, Maloyski is already isolating him. That's going to be Hardguard committed on towards a boy. Who will fall first? Make It's jungler will fall again. Bigetron, they know they have the fight. That's Geek Fam, only two members. One member as Eman with the 0% Irithel still collects a triple kill.
That's the red Terminator for you, Eman, wiping out by head and shoulders, wiping out the entire Geek Fam team. And that is a beautiful flank coming in from Eman. There was some risk, but a risk worth taking.
The Red Raider. Eman able to raid entirely Geek Fam's formation there. Wow. Again, the conceal was spotted out. The targeting was crisp clean as well, because he knew if he targeted Kenziski, Kenziski would be able to sustain. If he targeted Make-It, there's two flickers on that guy, on Suyo. The only guy that's really vulnerable in that skirmish would be a boy. You have the mobility to lock him down, and man, was that a really coordinated fight from the rest of the team as well. Luke, every single one of them collapsed right on. They did not let Eman go in by himself. Ooh. And now this is the gold lead that I would expect in the 11th minute for BTR, but not from one fight. I thought they would get it way earlier and build into it. No, they just brawled their way in.
Eman is still snowballing. Man, look at the items that he has. Right now he has Berserker's Fury and GDS. That's the item that's gonna, make him evade from some of the Make-It's 1v1 plays. Also combined with the hard cut from the Angela, so a lot more security for the Red Raider.
There's turn number one will fall. Geek Fam now trying to hold on. All they need to do is just keep Kenziski alive. Bigetron very well, but seems like they want to siege the mid right now. Will Geek Fam be able to find a clear? Oh, that's going to be Luke just distracting. He will sacrifice his life there. Oh, that's going to be a kill. Eman finds the connection on towards Maloy. That's going to be Bigetron though, slowing things down. They will get the clear. That will be them. Actually not be greedy and just go into the jungles of Geek Fam still.
The inhibitor is taken down. Thankfully though, it's still on the side where the Lord is, even though it's still a complete loss for Geek Fam, I gotta say.
Yeah, luckily for Geek Fam, they do have a Suyo that can handle the sideways, but I agree, it's still gonna be tough for them knowing that BTR can really just force the issue in these team fights. Does seem like they're always going to have the upper edge when it comes to a 5v5 just because of how much displacement they have. And the fact that Geek Fam actually do want to clump together as a team, it gives the Phobius a lot of value, Moreno a lot of value with the AoE CCs. Annabelle takes the purple away from Kenzie.
Incredible. Now Gobs actually will be targeted, is able to get away from that angle right there. 40 seconds on the next Lord. Bigetron, very comfortable lead, 5,000 gold lead.
Yeah, so far, Luke has been the sacrificial robot of Bigetron in every team fight. He's just jumping all around, and he doesn't mind. You know, as long as Eman get the space, as long as Vin can execute the hard cut properly, it is gonna be an easy team fight for Bigetron Esports.
And as we kind of assumed, the concussive blast just to clear out, play around neutral objectives.
Ooh.
But it's also the understanding that they don't need Brave Smite because they have sustain already. They have an Angela.
No.
Real-time victory rate here. AI
let's
prediction
look at
presented by
it.
Samsung Galaxy S25 series, 85% to 15. That's interesting to me.
Is it too high for you?
I think it might be a bit too high. I still think Geek Fam have ways to counter it, but hey, what do I know?
Oh, Eman is there, make it. He doesn't know, Eman!
Let's see. It
Wait.
seems like Geek Fam will.
This is a flank. Flank from Iman.
It is also actually
Wow.
grabs a boy. What of execution there from the side of Bigetron. And one by one,
Wow.
it's just Iman pre-hitting. And the collapse, they found it. Bigetron should be able to end on this mid turret. Make it into perhaps my time, 20 seconds on Beloy. Mid turret will fall. Makers will not be able to find the clear even. That's going to be a wipeout, and Bigetron will strike first in this best of 3.
And that's it, they're one step closer to trying to have a shot in the upper bracket. Meanwhile,